I flew down to the Real Estate Guys event, The Secrets of Successful Syndication, a few years back down in Dallas, Texas. Highly, highly recommend going to that event. Russ Gray and Robert Helm's been doing this longer than I've been alive, and those guys know exactly what they're doing. I learned so much at that event. But one thing that I took away from that was that they always said to build your brand and build your network. Those are two things that you can do from day one. Build your brand and build your network. And if you don't do anything else, if you can focus on those two things, you're going to continue to raise your level of experience up. So through that, I read Joe Fairless's book, which is right over here somewhere, Apartment Syndication book. And, I listened to a lot of his podcasts, and I really respect the guy. And he puts it all out there in a book. Well, he has a resource that's 24 ways to find off-market properties, right? And one, I want to buy property myself, and two, I want to help my clients buy property. So I literally went down the list of the items that Joe really recommended, and I'm happy to share that with you, Dwayne. It's just a great resource. I started doing them, right? So one of them was get on podcasts and tell people what you're doing. The second one was go to other people's meetups and tell people what you're doing and add value. The third one was start your own meetup. And so I was approached by a gentleman that's I really respect here in Kansas City, and he said, look, you have a great network already. I'd love to maybe think about starting a meetup group here. And I said, yeah, well, another real estate meetup. It's like, how many of those are that you really want to do? He said, no, this is a nonprofit. It has a charter of rules and organization that you have to follow. You can't sell. You can't do anything of this. It's just education. I said, oh, well, maybe I can plug into that. And so For Investors by Investors, Phoebe, like you mentioned, has about 39,000 members out on the West Coast already. There's about 9 chapters out there, and they're very, very prevalent out in the California area. And we decided to start that first chapter kind of outside of California here in Kansas City. So, again, there's no selling. It's just educational content. We bring in the best of the best panelists to come in, and we ask them questions for about 25 minutes. I moderate the thing, and then we probably have 65, 70 people show up, and then they ask the panel questions, and then it's just networking. I found a few buyer clients through that network. I know my title company has grown exponentially from sponsoring the deal and having a lot of clients come to them asking about maybe wholesaling or double closes or something of that nature that they might want clarification about. My lenders are there helping people understand the difference between institutional debt, agency debt, and what a commercial loan is. We had CBRE there the other day. Their researchers talking about the different landscapes in downtown network and how it's changing, and how all the development that's happening, and it's not stopping anywhere soon. I would never have known that if I had not reached out to them and said, hey, do you have a researcher here? Well, everybody's like, well, what's the runway of Class A multifamily being built? And from their studies and from their numbers, man, 1 light and 2 light are already 300 plus units down there. 3 light and 4 light are already in works. So this runway in Kansas City is strong. And I would not have known that if I didn't have that meetup sitting there talking to a researcher who that's all she does all day long. And she's got connections with all the major developers, and she knows what's going on. So